Hey everyone, welcome to Broodhome Farms. My name's Riana and I'm here to talk to you about peppers. This glorious plant has been sitting on top of our microwave since about July. It's kind of a hydroponic setup, kind of a deep water culture, kind of not. It's called Leca. So Leca are expanded clay pellets. These expanded clay pellets actually wick moisture up into the roots, so the roots can take a drink of their water whenever they want. It's also a set it and forget it type of program, so once you start this, you really don't have to worry about it often. I add water to it about every 2 weeks, and that's with my nutrient solutions over here, and I'll get to that. I wanted to try this because I wanted to see if I could do it. It's by no means perfect. As you can see in the beginning, I had some pH balance issues, so this is a little bit hooked. And it's been a little close to the light, so some of the leaves are starting to curl a little bit, but it's overall really happy and really healthy, so I'm not mad. The other side of that is I'm growing it right in my kitchen. So like once these peppers are done growing, I can just pull them off the plant and start cooking. How much more convenient can you get? So this is a project I started because I wanted to see if I could do it, and I wanted to be able to show you guys that you can grow stuff right in your house. And I'm not talking about regular house plants, I'm talking about plants that are going to feed you. Over the next few months, we are working on indoor projects and catching up on all of the things that we've missed out on in the past few months. So one of the indoor projects that we're focusing on is turning our hallway closet, which is about 13 feet in length and about 3 to 4 feet deep, we're turning that into a grow space. So we've added some lights out in that hallway that are really awesome, and they're all grow lights, and that's going to light up the entire closet and grow all sorts of stuff. But I digress. This current project was the basis of all that, to see if it was possible. And full disclosure, I have a lot on my plate, so I don't have time to be dealing with soil and checking, constantly what the soil moisture level is, what the pH of the soil is. I don't care, and I don't want to get involved in it unless it's outside. So this plant we started late June, very early July, and it's been inside underneath this $10 light that I got from Home Depot. This $10 light is your basic grow light. It does have a setting on it that allows you to switch from seedling to fruiting. So the seedling setting is meant to get you through all of your vegetative state, and then the fruiting is for when you get to this point. And they each have different light scales, so they have different spectrums of light that are coming through to help the plant get everything that it needs. You can see that it's really bright in here. Every light above me is also a replica of that one. So we have 4 lights in this space that make this entire room feel like you're standing outside. Seasonal depression is real, and these lights stop it. So not only am I getting that benefit, but I'm also getting beautiful, happy plants. So how do you make it grow? Easy peasy. So I have a rooting pod in here that's just made of basic cocoa coir. I started my seed in that, and with that inside of a little cup. Very scientific, I know. So once that seed started to pop and show, it was coming up and it was getting ready, I got all of my leca washed and then soaking for 24 hours in its nutrient solution. This is key to getting it started because that leca is not going to know that it can wick moisture until it's wet, as weird as that sounds. But you soak them for 8 to 24 hours, and that readies them to actually hold and wick moisture. So once that had set for a while, I just put my little root pod in the top, filled in with leca around it, and then took my nutrient solution and filled it up. Apologies, my dogs are fighting. Welcome to the real world. Maybe they'll stop, maybe they won't. Maybe I'll edit this out. Oh God. All right, so once I got all of the leca set, my rooting pod is in here. The only thing I had left to do was add my nutrients. So I have 2 different nutrients here that each have a different purpose. They're both by General Hydroponics. This is a nutrient solution that actually dissolves right into your water, so it's really easy to use. I started out with this one. They've got a big scoop and a small scoop. I used half a scoop of the small scoop, and I mix it into a gallon of water. That's what this is sitting back here. And that gets me through my entire vegetative stage. I don't have to do anything crazy, and I just watch the water level on the side of this. You can see I've got water up to here because I filled it yesterday. So they're fighting again. Guys, can we chill? You see I'm working. You're a bunch of butts. Bunch of butts. So once you're past the vegetative state, you're in the bloom state. And that happens when you start to see all these pretty little white flowers popping up. So there's one right here. I've got a few up in here. There's a few up in here hiding. And once you start to see those, your plant is mature enough to start actually producing fruit. So once you're at that point, I switch over and I do a little bit of a combo. And please correct me if you guys think that I'm wrong, because I want to learn. I want to know more. And how are we going to know more if we're not all having a conversation? So once I get to that point, my nutrient solution changes. I still stick with the small scoop, but I use about a quarter scoop of the Maxi Grow, and then about a third of a scoop of the Maxi Bloom. So I use both of them, and I'm probably really not supposed to, but I use both of them and I pH balance my water. I do have a reader for that. It's not always necessary. My water really doesn't need to be balanced because I'm on a well in the middle of the mountains. So my water is just super happy. So if you're in the city, pH balance your water or get distilled, what have you. So I use a quarter of the small scoop of this and about a third of a small scoop of this one. And that's the nutrient solution that I feed this. And I only feed it about every 2 weeks, and it's pretty happy. It's pretty happy. She does have her issues, I'm not going to lie. It's not a perfect plant, but you know what it's going to produce? Edible food that tastes the way it should and does exactly what it's supposed to, which is fill your stomach. So I'm not mad that some of the leaves are getting a little sad. This one's got to be taken off. I think all these bottom leaves are ready. She's neglected, as you can see. But it's a relatively happy plant. And I've got fruit coming up. This is one of my happiest peppers. This is the big one. Then I got this little guy that started coming in about a week and a half ago. And then this one started probably 2-3 days ago. And it's a happy plant. And it's working. My God, it's working. So some of you may say this is not feasible for everyone. You're right. Electricity is really expensive right now. I'm on a 54 panel solar setup because my electric bill every month last winter was around $600, and I can't afford that. It's just simply unreasonable. So we decided to go solar. I have a massive solar array. We maxed out the New York and federal incentives. Going with Castleman Solar, let them know we sent you. You'll get like a discount or cash back or something like that. But I digress. That solar system produces about a megawatt of energy a month. So I'm not going to use all that here, not yet. We don't have the farm set up nearly to the point that we want to. So maybe in 5 years we'll have to add on to this setup. But for now, it takes care of all of our electrical, all of our heating costs because we have radiant ceiling heat. Whole other video on that. But it gives us the opportunity to convert all the lights in our home to grow lights, and that's what we've been working on. We've got several projects that we're going to bring you guys in on that showcase how you can take a small amount of space in your home and actually produce food. So we're really excited to bring that to you. This was my test to see that that would actually make sense and work. So I can't tell you guys how excited I am that this worked. Curse words come to mind. This is a family channel, so that's how excited I am. So it works. You can do this. Please give it a try. Let me know how it works out for you. Oh, and this is probably going to be a thing that you guys bring up. This is a fruit that I have to pollinate myself, which is why I have this handy dandy brush, and I do that every couple of days when I see that the flowers are open or when new flowers come. Pollination for this plant has to be hand done. I'm not inviting bees in the house. They don't make good neighbors. But there are varieties of tomatoes and cucumbers that you can get that have been bred to just fruit. You don't actually have to pollinate them. So I'm working on finding the best seeds to do that with, and I'm going to be ordering them, and that's what's going to go in that hallway because I like to make sauce. I need to have tomatoes at all times for that. So that's one of my big exciting projects that I'm going to show you guys soon. And we're also going to get cucumbers started that can grow indoors that don't need to be pollinated. So I'm really excited that this project worked. It makes me really happy to know that my bigger project can get started and can flourish the same way this one did. So I look forward to making those videos for all of you. I hope you guys are excited to see them. And I just want to say thank you for sticking with us through all this time. We know we haven't been making videos as often as we would like. Life kind of hit us sideways the beginning of the summer, and we've been playing catch up, we've been playing de-stress, we've been doing a lot of self-care. But we're at a point now where we're getting things settled, so we're really excited to welcome you all back to the channel, and we look forward to having regular videos up for you guys regularly. So if you wouldn't mind, hit that like button, please subscribe to the channel, and in the comments let us know what you think of this project. Let us know what you've tried, what you haven't tried, because we want to learn and we want the community to help us grow. We hope you have a great day. Bye. Thank you.